Who's ready to turn our opponents into some burnt ends?
Oh, me.
This is my burnt ends deck. Just kind of a little riff on the fact that I have basically a walking cowman as a commander. But if you don't know what Neheb the Eternal does, for 3 and 2 red, you get a 4/6. He's a zombie Minotaur warrior with Afflict 3, which means if he's blocked, they lose 3 life. And at the beginning of the second main phase, add 1 red for each 1 life your opponents have lost. So if they block it, they're going to lose 3. And if they don't, if they take it, it's 4. So either way, you're going to get mana as long as he survives combat. And then you can do whatever. Well, the idea behind the deck is basically to do as much damage during the first main phase and during combat, so you have a big pile of mana in the second main to just start slinging gigantic spells and try to finish your opponents off. So this deck is a little different. I don't run any protection spells. Red's kind of hard up for that kind of thing. They did add the new Swiftfoot boots, and there's a couple other items we could throw in here, but that's not the red way. We're going to be a little more impulsive with this one. And so let's take a look. Speaking of impulsive, we have Impulse Draw as our first category this time. Basically, anything that's like discard a card, draw 1 or 2 cards, Big Score, Pirate's Pillage. I have Valakut Awakening, discard any number of cards and draw that many +1. Discard a card, draw 2, discard then draw a card, discard 2, draw 3, discard 2 cards, draw 2 cards. You get the point. It's all, you're spending cards to get more cards and dig deeper in the deck for the things that matter. And then we have our mana fixing, mana acceleration, whatever you want to call it. Strike it rich, because you can copy this with things, and it gives you treasure tokens, which work well with other cards in the deck. And then our usuals, Arcane Signet, Cold Steel Heart, Mind Stone, Heraldic Banner, because it pumps our spells, and it's a monocolored deck. And then the Celestis, we don't need the mana fixing, but it can give us card draws. And then we have a couple of board sweeps in here with Storm's Wrath and Burn Down the House, or you can do the Devil version of this and use it to punch extra damage through if need be. Then we have our what I call the Burn category. This is just stuff that deals damage to the face, and you can do all kinds of stuff with it. So we have Play with Fire, Shock, Grape Shot. If you can chain enough spells together with the mana burst you get off of Neheb, you can Grape Shot for a bunch of damage and kill them. Lightning Strike, Royal Eruption, kicking in this gives you more damage. Roiling Vortex, you can make it so they can't gain life, because life gain against mono red is a pain. And then it just deals a damage every turn, including yourself. Fight with Fire can go in one of 2 categories. It can deal damage to a creature, or you can kick it to do 10 damage, and you can do it to their face. I just have it under here because you can burn them. It could also go in the last category, which is like things you can do with the extra mana that you get off of this stuff. We also have Risk Factor. Risk Factor is a 4 mana damage spell in disguise as a card draw spell. It says they can deal 4 damage to them. If they don't, you draw 3 cards. Well, unless they're very, very, very low on life, they're going to take the 4 damage no matter what you do with this card. So I consider it a 3 mana 4 damage spell. That's basically what it is. Toralf's Disciple. It's in this category because it generates burn spells to slot into your deck for later down the line. And if they don't block it, it's 3 damage. So it's what's not to love here. And then Tectonic Giant. When it attacks or becomes a target of a spell an opponent controls, you can either deal 3 damage to each opponent or exile the top 2 cards of your library. And until the end of your next turn, you can play one of the cards exiled off of them. Most of the time, you're going to do the 3 damage because you want the burn damage in order to get Neheb to trigger and make more mana in the second main phase. It's just kind of icing on the cake here. And then this category over here is what I would call the triggering effects. We have things that, or actually it's like a supplemental burn is what it is. It's like you get extra burn off of it. So Chandra Dressed to Kill. You +1 her, and you can deal damage to a player or a planeswalker, so you get a little more burn out of them, or you can exile to get a card, and if it's red, you can cast it this turn. Glenhorn, when it attacks, or whenever you discard a card, you can deal 1 damage to each opponent. And so we got all those impulse draws that we showed you earlier. So every time you impulse draw and he's on the board, it's a point of damage. Discard 1 card, there's a damage. Discard 2, there's 2 damage. And then if you attack, you can pay 1 in a red and discard a card to draw a card, and then you can activate it during the combat phase to ping them. And sometimes that matters. Mechanized Warfare, whenever a red or an artifact source you control would deal damage to an opponent, it deals that much damage +1. So we're supplementing our burn in order to, just push the extra damage across. Hellrider, every time your creatures attack, ping them in the face. Ill-Tempered Loner, if they block, there's more damage coming. Terror of the Peaks, every time a creature comes in, you can shoot them in the face, or you can remove things that are going to block so you can hit them and get the mana off of Neheb. Volatile Arsonist, when it attacks, it deals damage, and if it's on the Nightbound side, it deals more damage. So there's just little ways to supplement our damage besides just straight burn spells. And then this is stuff that triggers off of all this burn and all this impulse draw going on. So we have things like Dragon's Rage Chandler, non-creature, you can surveil. Electrostatic Field, instant sorcery, pings them. Non-creature, pings them. When you cast an instant or sorcery spell, you can flip this over, and then you can start pinging them with your instants and sorceries on the flip side. Thermo Alchemist, ping them, and then you play an instant or sorcery, untap, and keep doing it over and over and over again. Young Pyromancer, every time you cast an instant or sorcery, you get a 1/1, so we can build up a damage ball and just start going along here. Chandra Spitfire, non-combat damage. We got so much burn in this deck, this thing can kill an opponent really quick if they're not careful. Gutter Snipe, instant sorcery, 2 damage. Pyromancer, second card drawn, 3 damage. So with the impulse draws, and you can do this on their turn too. So you can impulse draw on your turn and then do it again on their turn and get an additional 3 damage across the plate. We got Lamholt Raconteur. It deals 1 on its daybound side or 2 on the back side. So, and it's non-creature spells, so artifacts will do it, enchantments will do it, whatever. And then we have Sarkhan's Unsealing. Whenever you cast a creature spell with power 4, 5, or 6, it deals 4 damage to any target. And if you cast something with power 7 or greater, it's 4 damage to each opponent and the creatures and planeswalkers they control. And we have a few creatures in this deck that fit the bill. We also have Manaform Hellkite. Non-creature spells, we're getting Dragon Illusion tokens, and that's more damage to push across. So if you fling a burn spell at their face and it costs 3 mana, you get a 3/3 Flying Haste Dragon, and then you hit them again for 3, and that's 6 mana coming across the plate. And then you can cast something else off of this. So Neheb just kind of snowballs once it gets going. And then this is kind of like the supplemental good stuff / whatever category I call it. Chaos Warp, sometimes you gotta get rid of enchantments or things that are just in the way. This'll do it. Neheb Dreadhorde Champion, because it's another Neheb and it can give us mana and, card draw and things like that going on. Torbrand, all of our red sources deal 2. Or 2 additional. It's like, okay, good, here we go. Goldspan Dragon, makes the treasures make more mana, and it swings for 4 in the air, and it has haste. What's not to love? And then Urabrask the Hidden, our creatures have haste, and their creatures enter the battlefield tapped, so you can actually punch more damage across before they ever get to block you. And then the last category here is basically things that we're going to cast with all this extra mana, and things like Bloodthirsty Adversary, all that extra mana, and now you can go through and pay the extra 2 in a red and start just flashbacking all these burn spells out of the graveyard, and you could actually finish your opponent off with a series of flashbacks. We have Double Cast, which then you can cast something else into it. Same thing with Repeated Reverberation down here. You cast this for 4, you copy spells twice, so then you can just kind of kick into a bunch of stuff and kill them that way. Fight with Fire, which we talked about earlier as a possible removal or burn spell, but you're probably going to want to do this in the second main because that's when you're going to probably have the 10 mana, or what is it, 9 mana, that you're going to need to kick this and do 10 damage to their face. Mizzix's Mastery, 8 to overload, and then you get to flashback every single spell out of your graveyard. This thing is nuts. If you get to set this off, more than likely you're going to win the game. Let's see here. We also had in there, Inferno of the Starmounts. 4 red, you get a 6/6 with flying and haste. So the nice part here is if you swing and you dump all your remaining red mana into Inferno, you're going to get that mana back as a refund with Neheb on the board to cast other things later. So bear that one in mind. We also have Star of Extinction. Sometimes you just got to clear the board, and this is a good way to do it, and you can cast this in the second main phase to do it with all the extra mana you're probably going to have floating around. And then Cityscape Leveler, it's an 8/8 for 8. What's not to love here? Sometimes you just got to remove something, and this will do it, and you can just keep on slamming. And in the gameplay footage, there's a couple dumb little tricks I did with this. You got to keep an eye out for it because it's actually pretty good. And then we have Skitterbeam Battalion. I hadn't had a chance to really play this much, but I thought it was a great inclusion in the deck because you get 9 mana. You can do the full 9 mana, making 3 copies of this thing on the board, and you're going to have 12 power for 9 mana with Trample and Haste. That's pretty good. And sometimes you just need the 2/2 and you just swing that way. And then our mana base is real basic. Since this is mono red, we don't need a bunch of extra dual lands or anything like that. I have Castle Embereth for pumping our creatures. Den of the Bugbear is an additional creature thing. We have some deserts in here just because we have Ramunap Ruins, so we can sacrifice them. So we have the Desert of the Forever in there. We also have the Ramunap Ruins, as I mentioned, so you can do 2 damage at will. We also have Ruin. Where is that? Oh, Sunscorched Desert. It's another desert that we can sacrifice, and it deals damage when it comes into play, so that helps. We also have Tyrite Sanctum, so we can try to make Neheb indestructible over time. Ghost Quarter and Field of Ruin for lands that might be problem children for us. Blast Zone for things we can't remove, because there are things out there that red just can't get rid of. Enchantments. And that's what this is here for. And we also have Forgotten Cave to cycle, and then a Dwarven Mine. Sometimes you get to make the 1/1, sometimes you don't. It's just a good little card to have in there. That's the deck. I hope you enjoy burning people out. I've had good comments, people wanting to see more monocolored decks. So here you guys go. This is my take on a big red deck using Neheb the Eternal. I hope you enjoy it, and let's get to the gameplay. Miiyrm. Oh boy. I mean, the burn down the house is kind of nice, but no idea if it's actually going to do me any good. I could be dead before I can cast it. Alright, let's get a Roiling Vortex rolling along here. Ramp, please. Oh, great. So it's creating a mana dork that he can double up with Kinnan. Land, please. I really need to get rid of this board. Go. Oh, shoot. I screwed that up. I clicked the wrong side. I meant to sweep it. I'm hoping there's some happy coincidence coming with that, or I'm going to be in big trouble. Yeah. Well, there's a land. Let's get rid of the Spitfire. I'm not feeling it right now. Sure, let's do this. Now, bounce spell here would suck, but we're gonna try. You're gonna take 9. Ouch. Take another 3. Wow. Okay. It may not matter. Alright, there's Miiyrm. We might just burn them out before they ever get that far. Actually, there's no might about it. Now that I do the combat math, let me show you. Since he didn't kill Torbrand, all I gotta do is swing. He can't block any of it, and he can't take the damage either, because it's 9 on the nose. If he takes it, and if they die, he takes a lightning bolt's worth of damage for each one of them dying anyhow. So yeah, that Torbjorn won the game right on the spot. Jetmir. Okay. As long as we have a board sweep available, we're set up pretty decently against this deck. I'm going to keep it because it has draw. So we can try to draw into the board sweeps. And I'll keep this handy. If I see a mana dork, though, it's going to be bolt the bird time. Or in this case, shock it. But alright. Let's go ahead and Cathartic Reunion. We'll discard the Iron Crag Pyromancer and the... Let's actually do the Play with Fire. I'm going to keep the Valakut Awakening in case I need to have a land or draw deeper. Okay, there's a Chaos Warp. That helps. Alright, there's a Magma. Let's do a Valakut Awakening. I want to get rid of... Let's do 3 cards. That one can go on that side. There we go. Alright, I got a shock. That's okay. Got plenty of land still. Oh, he missed a land drop unless he's just holding back on it.
Face this trial with courage.
Yep, he missed a land drop. Alright. So... The thought process here is... Glenhorn Buccaneer. Attack Bazarket.
I could use a hand.
We will shock Bazard before he can plus it again. Because that just causes so many issues. They got a face breaker. That's not good for us. But that is. Let's play Urbrask. Urbrask can swing. So they are struggling for mana right now. Okay, they got a Smothering Tithe. I might be paying into that Smothering Tithe, too. Yeah, I'm gonna keep them mana screwed. Let's go ahead and make a treasure, and let's go ahead and cycle. Auto pay, screw it. You can just keep choking on the mana, man. Alright, they finally drew a third mana. But we're at double their rate of mana right now. Alright, at this point they can have the or actually no. Duh, I didn't do it. Alright, let's play Neheb. And let's swing. That's gonna give us what? 10 mana, and it takes 7 and 3. Hey, let's do this. Let's do Strike It Rich. And let's do Over the Top. You know. I just threw it in there because I thought it was a fun inclusion. It's probably gonna cost me this game, but you know, whatever. I'm gonna autopay. Let's do Castle Empress. Excuse me. Trying to think. I think I just go nuts here, right? Because if I do this, that's 5 out of this mana. Leaves me with 2. It's 4, so it's 6, 7, 8. 11. I'm just trying to think of where the math lies in this. Yeah, we'll go with it. They're gonna take it. Resolve, decline. I'm gonna see if this is enough to kill them. Because I got enough mana to do it 2 more times. This should be enough. But we're gonna make sure of it. And I know what somebody's gonna say. They're gonna say, well, you could have just activated the Castle Empress and probably got the same amount of damage out of it, but I like Glenhorn Buccaneer, thanks. Even if they have an instant speed removal spell at this point. Oh, wait a minute, they didn't... Oh, I thought they declared blockers. I'm an idiot. Yeah, I'm dumb. that was a major mistake. I biffed that up so bad. I mean, it may not matter, but a board sweep right now would just wreck my face. Though it might have been a good idea that I did swing into that, even if it didn't kill them. Because Jetmir there is a real problem. Because I can do 3 with the Tectonic Giant. Resolve. Going to decline. He can have his treasure. I'm going to drop this. We're going to make the den into a creature. And we're just going all out. And we're just going to do 3 damage. And then however the blocks lay, the Castle Empress getting activated. I think we're okay. I think we're going to make up for my infernal screw up. You gotta block Neheb or you're dead. Or whatever. We're doing this. Oh. Oh, the tokens had lifelink. Okay. That was the gamble. I got you. Alright, give me Torbrit. So that the Tectonic Giant can just blast. Of course, it may not matter. If he doesn't kill these, the Tech Giant can do the 3, and then the Neheb, if he's blocked, it's another 3. And they're only going to go to 5, 6, 7. They'll be at 1. Or no. Great Henge was already tapped. Never mind. So he's going to 6. And none of those things lifelink. Decline. Let's go ahead and play... No. Let's not. Alright, 3 damage. If you take Neheb's damage, you die. If you don't take his damage, you die. Unless you got a life gain spell in your hand. Or a way to give something lifelink at instant speed. I'll just go ahead and Embers just so I can kill that Rapacious Dragon. Okay, so we overcome my just absolute stupidity with that blocking situation. Don't do that. Tezzeret, Master of the Bridge. Okay, it's another artifact deck. I kind of like this hand. Let's go with it. We got turn 1 Dragon's Rage, turn 2 Lightning Strike. We'll give them a hello back. They usually don't respond to things, but we'll just go with it. And keep the Lightning Strike handy in case I need it. Okay, it's just a Mox Amber. Let's go ahead and burn them, because we got to get them down lower. Double Cast doesn't do anything for us right now. It can get out of the way. Let's drop the Electrostatic Field. Swing. Our only saving grace is that Tezzeret costs 6. I mean, if you want to burn yourself and make my job easier, I'm all for it. I do need lands, though, because I need to get at least one of these 4-drops online. Crap. No land is not good.
Let us begin. I'll make use of that later.
Put a card into their hand, the other exile with a silver counter. Well, you can have the network terminal. We'll knock the land out. There's the land I needed. God bless it. Alright, we're just gonna drop them. And I'm just gonna hit them in the face. We need to kill them, not screw around with hitting the planeswalkers. Okay. You can have the Arcane Signet. I don't care. Not drawing lands is a real pain. So let's go with attacks. Smack them. Discard any number of cards. If you do, draw that many and add that much red. Let's do Spitfire and Leveler and they give me 3, 4, 5. Let's just do this. Alright, so that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 total mana. Let's drop the Heraldic Banner. Naming... let's dump that. Naming red. And then bring out Neheb. We have the Neheb force. Probably gonna eat like a frickin' board wipe now, but, you know, whatever. Okay, there's a Gilded Lotus. There's a Network Terminal. Arcane Signet. Probably my mistake giving them all those artifacts. Now that I reflect upon it. Alright, he's got an 8/8, but I'm planning on... Let's see, we got 4, 5, 6... Shoot. Probably shouldn't have buried that land. If I swing, he's probably gonna block Neheb the Eternal. He'll take 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. If I do Skitter Beam Battalion, he'll die. Oh, what the hell? What the heck? This stupid game and that damn required to attack shit screwed with me. That was a major fuck up. Damn it. He'd have died had that... I'm taking deep calming breaths right now because that was a major screw up. And it cost me. Yarok, alright. So, we either burn them out before they get going or we're going to get ETB'd to death. Let's rock and roll. This is an alright hand. We'll give it a stab. It could be a lot better, but probably going to go Mountain and Pass so we have the shock available. So if they have a bird type creature like a Gilded Goose or Llanowar Elf or anything like that, we can blast it out of the water. I think I just saw a double mulligan over there. Something I like to see. Yep, it was. Well, plan doesn't change, it's just Mountain Pass. Like I said, we'll keep the shock available just in case we get a target to throw it at. Otherwise, I'm just going to hang on to it for when Neheb hits the board. Because unlike your traditional burn deck, you don't want to just toss your burn around left, right, and center. Alright, he's ramping. It would have been nice to have that last turn. This is only instants and sorceries, right? Okay. So let's go ahead and activate him. We might as well go ahead and chip in the damage we can chip. And then we'll pass the turn. Again, I'll keep the shock up. I have Faithless Salvaging available. Okay, he's not going for Yarok, or he didn't... Oh, no, he hasn't landed in hand. I was like, he just didn't go for it. Yeah, and a different land in hand, too. Alright, we're going to go ahead and Faithless Salvaging. Again, same deal. We're not going to waste our burn. I'm going to discard Chandra. I don't need her right now. And then we'll go ahead and fire this off again. And then we'll do this. We'll tap this in response to the trigger. The untap will resolve. We'll discard the Scorched Desert. No, actually, we'll discard the Mountain. Now I think about it. Well, there's a Fight with Fire. Alright, let's drop Sun-Scorched Desert. Shoot them. Let's drop Neheb. Because we have the mana available. He's already taken a couple points of damage. Let's go ahead and activate this now. This will be the 3rd point of damage. Now, he might have a removal spell. Okay, he did. And that's fine. Take action. So, otherwise, I was just going to play the Celestis. And that's no big deal. Alright, there's Yarok. We're probably just going to have to fight with fire and kill it outright with a 5 damage shot across the bow. Let's see what's more mana efficient, though. Let's do the Celestis. And then we'll do the fight with fire for 5. Because we can't let him gain life, and we can't let him go ETB happy either. And then we're just going to pass the turn, because we still have that shock in hand. Alright, Yarok's back. We do have 5 points of damage in hand. So we're not gonna waste it right now. Alright. Let's go ahead and burn. And I'm gonna go ahead and Tormenting Voice with actually hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I actually have enough just to go ahead and kick a Royal Eruption right in its face. So that's what I'm gonna do. Not gonna do double spell, we'll just do a single spell. But the more I can keep him off the board, the more likely we are to come out of this. Guess who's back? Alright, do it again. Ooh. Do I have 8? No. Shoot. Of course not. Let's do Tormenting Voice. Or actually, tap this first. Do the Tormenting Voice. We're going to discard the Neheb in my hand. And, alright, there's the mana we need to do the Mizzix's Mastery. Let's Faithless Looting. Tap that. There's a Thrill. The problem is I really don't want to use that right now. Let's go ahead and do it again. Because I'm digging right now. Raconteur and Bitter Reunion can go. Alright, I really don't have any answers right now. I'm not going to pop the Mind Stone because I want to be able to use Mizzix's Mastery next turn. Oh, that's a problem. A big problem. Alright, we're going to take 3 and he's going to gain 3. No blocks. I'm probably going to shoot the Hornet Queen in the face. Sure. That's fine. I'll take an extra regular red mana. The Ramanap Ruins is like whatever. Yeah, we're gonna shock the Hornet Queen. I really don't want it sticking around. I don't need him blinking it. Alright. Ooh. Damn. You cast the copies, right? That sucks. Alright. It's like, can I live one more turn long enough to just pull this off? That's the magic question. Let's go ahead and ping. Second main, I'll have 2 mana available. We'll drop the Smoldering Egg. If this magical Christmas land works, we might come out of this. Yeah, this is why I'm glad I got rid of the Hornet when I did, because he could have blinked the Hornet. Alright, he's going to gain back the 3 life I just swiped out of him, and I'm okay with that. Because unfortunately I can't swing with Neheb. Because all this has Death Touch. Alright, so what do we got in the graveyard? We got a lot. Alright. So let's go ahead and ping him. And I'm hoping that's not a counterspell. So there's an Overloaded Mastery, which is automatically going to flip the Ashmouth Dragon around. Shock. Let's go face. Royal Eruption. Let's go face. I can't kick it. Salvaging, I don't think I can do anything with. We're just going to go ahead and kill Yarok with that. Because I can. Let's see. Let's just go face, 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 face. Tap. And as these resolve, I'm going to be doing the tap dance. And that's fine. It might be enough to just kill him outright. I don't know. Well, tapping the dragon ain't going to do you any good. Your flying blockers were not going to let me hit. So let's see what we come out with here. Go smack him to 1. 3 now, because if he blocks, he gains the 3. I lose Neheb. He's still at 1, so that doesn't do me any good. And Bloodthirsty Adversary is not going to do me any good because I just exiled everything from my graveyard. So, yep. That's a big oof. It's like, yeah, are you sure you want to swing like that? Because if I get through, you're toast. I mean, it doesn't matter unless she gains more life. Now, yeah, he's got to have that untapped. Yeah, we're gonna take that action because I need something. We're gonna ditch the adversary because I can cycle the desert. Risk factor. I like you. Let's go ahead and shoot. Shoot my shot. I'll keep that in my hand because 2 to the face. He's got to let me have the cards. And I'm just going to ping him. You're dead. Bye-bye. So that, keeping Yarok off the board let us get through all the life gain triggers and whatnot. Myrel. Alright, well, we're not going to be casting anything on their turn. But we'll see what happens. Okay. This could actually work out really good with the Spitfire, so we'll go ahead and keep that. Because we could just have like a copy burn spell Fiesta and Chandra Spitfire just kills them. So we'll drop a lane and say go. I am exceedingly happy with how this played out the last game against Yarok, so let's see what happens here. Because I'm actually splitting recording days. I didn't finish my recording schedule the other day. And we'll do the tapped land. And I didn't finish, so now I'm coming back to kind of finish it up. And the deck didn't do that well the first time around. So I'm hoping to have a little bit better gaming setup today because the decks I came up against just sucked. Oh, it has lifelink and it grants something lifelink? Oh, God. We might be in trouble. Let's go ahead and drop Spitfire. No point in putting Chandra out there to get whacked in the face. Alright, there's Myrel. Yikes. This could get really ugly really quick with them gaining life like this. You know what? I'm going to put the ill-tempered loner out. That ethereal escort's going to get a kick in the teeth if it comes at me again. Alright, so we have Goldspan Dragon available next turn. We have Neheb available next turn. Alright. What do I do with this? I think I'm just going to kill the lifelinker and shoot him in the face to get the life back. Actually, no, I'm going to shoot the soldier because I don't want him getting extra soldiers off of her attacking. All right, let's drop Neheb. Not swinging because he's now got a flying lifelinker, which sucks. Oh, my God. Of course he's got a Banishing Light now. Fine. And it's back. Oh, I forgot about the Sarah Paragon. Crap. Okay. Yeah. What do you do? Can I have one of my board sweeps now? Pretty please? Oh. I guess I can do... If I swing a Goldspan Dragon, I can still play the Smoldering Egg. And it keeps the Sarah Paragon, or I can keep it back as a blocker to keep the Sarah Paragon from swinging. I think I'm going to like that idea better. As much as I would like to get that egg down, I'm just going to sit back. Okay. That's a thing. So yeah, I'm going to block here. That can go away. Well, Skitter Beam would be nice, but I think I'm going to be dead before I can ever do anything with it. If I swing with Goldspan Dragon, that would give me 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. I'm 1 mana short of being able to do anything with it. Alright, I'm going to give him something to think about in terms of attacking. Well, Tormenting Voice, I'm gonna discard the Skitter Beam Battalion. I would rather have the repeated reverberation, and hopefully I get something decent. I gotta land at the very least. Let's see. That would leave me... I'm just trying to think about the math here. If I took 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13... He's got Xaxes. So I gotta be careful of a removal spell. I think I'm just gonna swing the Goldspan Dragon. Or actually, no, I'm gonna swing the Spitfire. Because if he blocks it, I don't care. It takes out the Sarah Paragon. Alright, we'll end the turn. Because the 6/6 is getting through if he comes at my face. I'm not blocking it. You're gonna have to swing a whole lot of stuff if you want that to do anything. Alright. Well, he doesn't have it on the lifelinker, thank God for small favors. So I'm okay with this. I'm not blocking that. My turn. I'm not going to use that on an Aganjo. Oh, crap. I have nothing to cast that on. Alright, let's go ahead and drop Neheb. I think we're swinging Goldspan Dragon. He can either lose his Sarah Paragon or he can let me have the mana. Alright, let's do Glenthorn Buccaneer. God, I cannot talk. Alright, end turn. I need a burn spell. Like, horrifically. I would take a freaking play with fire or anything. Seriously? Come on. He's that low on cards and he just happens to have the answer. Really? Alright. So Buccaneer's going to have to bite the bullet here. I'm going to take the rest of the damage. Probably a major mistake. Because unless I come up with some kind of board clear that will kill all their stuff, yikes. Yeah. I get the feeling I am just wholly screwed at this point. Alright, here comes Neheb again. I don't think it matters. Because if he swings all out, I'm dead. Yeah, we're screwed. So, game over. Torens Fist of the Angels. That could be dicey if I don't get a sweep, but we'll see. Well, I got all my damage pingers in hand. I'll go ahead and keep that just because I have all this. And this kind of acts as like a wall against their attacks for at least a little while. Well, that's lame-o. All right. That shuts off Mizzix's mastery, unfortunately. It also kind of kills repeated reverberation, excuse me, as well. So that's a dead card, other than to cast it to get triggers on these things. Alright, so we're just going to start pinging. And we'll go ahead and drop the electrostatic field, because, you know, we can do that. One more mana, we can get Neheb up and running. Now, if I ever get to 8 mana, I know exactly what's going to die, and it's going to be that. Alright. Now, the smaller creatures get bigger, right? That's how training works, right? I just want to read this. Whenever a creature attacks with another creature with greater power, put a counter on. Okay, so he gets a counter because it has training, and so does that one. Alright, so we're not doing anything right now. We're going to end the turn. Not going to waste the repeated reverberation. Like I said, if I can ever get up to that magical 8th mana, that Deafening Silence is going to get run over by a Cityscape Leveler. Of course, if I draw a board sweep, I'm just going to clean up this board, too. Come on. Alright, he's just ramping for all it's worth right now. It's like Grazers and Mana Dorks. Now he's got a growth. I think he can't. Oh, no, he just did that. Okay. That's fine. You sure about that? And we're just going to block those. Like, whatever. I could have stuck the gutter snipe in front of it, but I was like, I really don't want to do that. Where are my freaking fracking lands? God damn it. Alright. I'm just going to cast this as a deterrent to him attacking. And pass turn. Because I will be more than glad to stick that in front of any one of your 2/2s. Just saying. Verdant command, 2 squirrels and gaining life. Okay. Gaining life's a pain in the butt for this deck, but I'm okay with that. So far, he has no way of... Okay. I'm going to block here, and I'm going to block here. Like, I'm okay with that thing dying. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe just because it gave him a card in the grand scheme of things, but... I mean, he's down to 1 card. I have 4, but my issue is I'm mana screwed to all hell and back. So, come on. Alright. We're going to pass. I mean, at least I got something I can cast and trigger all this crap, but... Now this time I'm not killing Torens because I don't need him drawing cards. Alright, we're going to activate the Thermo, and I'm actually going to shock one of his dorks because I don't want them getting bigger off of stuff later, because he could have been swinging with those and making them bigger. Come on. This is ridiculous. He's got mana for days. I don't know why he's bothering to attack. It's like, I'm not going to block with anything that's... Or I'm not going to take the damage. And I'm not going to kill it either. Alright, let's ping him. I'm going to shoot him in the face so I can scry, and hopefully there's a land on top. Holy hell, there's land. Alright, we're keeping that. Oh yeah, I'm pinging again. Alright, let's get Neheb down. And we're going to pass. So now my hope is to get enough mana so I can Cityscape Leveler or drop Inferno or something that's just going to finish this freaking game. Because I think our only saving grace is this game has just been so slow because they haven't really gotten anywhere with growing their creatures. Otherwise, I think I'd have been dead a long time ago because of just not getting any lands. Yeah, ping you. Alright, there's a thrill of possibility. There's something to do. So let's go ahead and ping them. That'll give us 1 mana off of Neheb. I mean, that Defiance is really annoying. I'm going to go ahead and thrill right now, and we're going to discard... We're going to discard the Skitter Beam. Oh my. Lands and a burn. No attacks. That's 4 mana. And I can't cast Cityscape Lover because I already freaking cast a spell. Oh, wait a minute. I can. Never mind. I can't cast non-land spells. Or non-creature spells. Yeah, that needs to die. Like, just go away. I am totally sick of that shit. Alright. Now we're in good shape. Yeah, without a board wipe, this game is over. As long as he doesn't wrath the board, he's toast. Because a Wrath of God effect would just totally wreck my day. Okay, what was that? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'll take the damage. Oh, excuse me. 9. Yeah, I'm not blocking that. Draw away. I don't care. Of course, Inferno makes this kind of hard for him too. I mean, he can Wrath, but I'll have an Inferno of a Starman that's coming down for 6 damage next turn. Well, that's not a Wrath effect. Do we have the scoopage? No, not yet. Resolve. Paladin Clasp. Okay. Okay. This could be freaking hilarious. But I don't have enough mana to do it. Damn it. All right. Fine. Screw it. Ping. I'm just going to Chaos Warp. We'll Chaos Warp the Paladin class. Ping, ping, ding, ding, ding. Oh, a Skyclave Apparition. Okay. Well, he can't hit anything else, so that's fine. I'm just going to ping you again. And Cityscape Leveler is going to come in and smash the Skyclave. I'll take my 3/3, thanks. And you can block 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He can block 9, but he'll lose. Or actually, no, he can block more than that. But he's going to lose most of his board to it. I'll take that out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, that's fine. Five damage, huh? It's like, can I kill him? Yes, I can. Let's just cast the Repeated Reverberation because it's funnier. I could have done the burn down the house and all that, but it's like, whatever. Casting a spell that does nothing for you is more fun. Teysa Karlov. All right. That happens to be one of my favorite commanders, actually. I actually had a whole death triggers deck built around her. I took it apart so I could build a couple other decks. But I might actually be putting that one back together. I gotta look and see what more recent cards have been released that could slot into that one. I'm going to do the Signet because they're playing black. There's no point in sticking this out there just to see if I can generate 1 extra damage off of it. When it dies, draw a card, lose a life. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and stick these 2 online. I know which one's going to draw the removal spell. Which I'd rather that eat the removal spell than the gold span dragon, so... Gutter Snipe's a possibility, too, to be fair. Yeah, we'll go with the gold span. We might as well generate the... Excuse me. Generate the damage while we can. I think I'm going to hold the Royal Eruption because I can cast Neheb into the Goldspan Dragon. Yeah, they're spending time getting Teysa set up, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm just going to burn you to death. So let's go Neheb the Eternal. And let's do... I could cast the Gutter Snipe now. Yeah, let's cast him. And we'll go ahead and throw the gold span at him. So that's 6 mana total. Still short. I think I'm going to sit on this. Now, they could force me to discard the spell. They could kill Neheb. They could kill the gold span. There's a lot of things that they could do. Now we're just trying to figure out what we got going on here. All right, there's braids. And depending on what they sacrifice, I'm sure it'll probably be one of the 1/1 tokens, or they could sacrifice the Novice Occultist. Which, if they do, I think I'll just let them have their card. Really? I mean, I'm going to kill those if I can. That's fine. If you decline, you lose 2 life and they draw a card, but they don't gain life. I'm going to decline. They can have their card. All right. Because I'm going to utterly blow that braids out of the water, I think. Yeah, we're going to kick this and get that out of the way. Oh, I didn't realize that actually would work out in my favor. I didn't realize kicker costs would actually cause the Ashmouth to kick over. Unfortunately, I have nothing in hand for that 14 mana. It feels like such a waste. Now if they board wipe me, it's going to be like, okay, time to cry. Where's the farewell or whatever is going to make me just want to scream? Oh, nope, didn't have it. All right, good. Whew. Urza, Lord Protector. All right. I haven't played against it too much, but I have played it. Sure. This is like rampy, but doable. If I get another mountain, I can get a token out of that. And I can do double cast into shock or something of that nature. Let's go ahead and just make a treasure for now. Not going to burn that unless I have something that's like just dangerous show up, which in blue-white on turn 1, I don't foresee there being anything to shock. All right, we're just going to pass. Because there's no point in flashing back strike at Rich. Now, next turn we can do Big Score, which then gives me 2 treasure tokens. That is more worthwhile. All right, there's the third mountain. Let's do... I'm actually going to drop the Vortex just to kind of see if they have counter magic in hand, which it appears they either have counters or some kind of draw spell. Because I'd rather not burn the treasure and then get big score countered. Very well. I'm kind of glad I waited. If you've never paid attention to anything in my videos, you will know I hate counter magic. I think it is the least fun thing aside from discard in this game. I want to be able to play my spells. I know that sounds hypocritical, especially since I just got done playing a Turgid deck, but you'll note that deck didn't have a ton of discard in it. It was mostly sacrifice effects. Alright, there's Urza. So the double cast might come in handy here. I'm going to play the Dwarven Mine. I got the 3 mountains, so I get that. I'm going to... Because if he's got the Might Stone and the Weak Stone, I can't... Terror of the Peaks or Neheb. Well, Neheb would be alright. There's something to be said for just killing Urza outright. Because he makes your instants and sorceries cost less. Damn it. This really makes me not want to do this. Alright, I'm going to play Neheb. This deck's built around him. Let's get him on the board. We'll see what happens. They could board sweep. They could do all kinds of just general nastiness to us. Let's see what happens. Alright, there's the Master Thopterist. It might have been a good idea to not blow him up just yet. Alright, so he cannot... They cannot kill Neheb outright. Block him, yes. Kill him, no. So, let's go ahead and swing. Because this can dictate what I'm going to do. Because if they block, I can kill easier with the shock double cast shenanigans. Okay, they just did that. That's fine. Alright, they took 3. I can do big score into Goldspan? Or big score into Terror. But then that would give them an incentive to sweep the board. Well, let's see if we got an incentive to sweep the board. Let's get rid of... Let's get rid of a double cast. There's a mountain to play, which I like. So, yeah, let's go Goldspan, and that leaves me mana open. And one in the turn. Because I would rather have the Terror of the Peaks live for now than to, you know, have it swept off. Okay. I'm sure those boots are getting put somewhere. That's not the one I want to burn to death. It's actually the Thopterist, but, you know, whatever. Alright, there's a Field of Ruin. I don't have another creature to couple with the peaks, unfortunately. I think... It's like that many cards plus 1. I don't want to tuck any of this, really. Alright, screw it. Send them. Alright, let's do Valakut Awakening. I'm just going to pack the shock away. Which, 2 lands in hand? Really? Yeah, that doesn't matter. None of those lands are worth blowing up with the Field of Ruin right now. I don't need a straight mountain to dig out of my deck either. And there's a Thopter. There's a big boy that's hard to get rid of. Where's my Chaos Warp? Okay. That's a thing. Oh, that's too freaking funny. Of course, I can't punch damage through to do it, but that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Do I have enough mana to do that? If I attack with Goldspan. And only Goldspan. Alright. So, yeah, we're going to play the leveler. We're going to auto-pay. Kill the 10-10. It'll come down. I'm going to deal 8 damage to Sai. I'm sick of his Thopter shenanigans. I mean, you can play that, but if you don't get rid of the leveler, it's just going to eat it again. Okay. I'm okay with that. Again, I would like to have my Chaos Warp, but I'm actually kind of surprised he didn't put a counter spell back on top of his deck, but he must be desperate for some answers. Well, there's a Dragon's Rage Channeler. Enchantment Sorcerer. So I can flashback Strike it Rich if I want. And yet it does not give me anything. So let's just do this. I'm going to destroy one of his Colossi, whatever you want to call it. He'll block the other leveler because he has to. And I'm just going to recast it for Unearth and shoot him with the Terror of the Peaks trigger. Yeah, no more playing around. We're just going to Unearth it. And do 8 to the dome. Good game. Now, if he's got a life gain trigger, I'm going to eat those words. But I might be getting the salty rope, too. I don't know. Unless he's thinking there's some way to get out of this, but I don't see it. Unless you have a Revitalize in your hand. I think I'm getting salt roped. So I'll use this moment to just do one of my my little PSAs. Don't do this shit. Don't do it. This is rude. It's a waste of my time. It's a waste of his time, her time, whoever. And there's no reason to do it. Just scoop up, move along to the next game, and be done. End of my soapbox thing here. So what did you guys think? I had a lot of fun playing this deck. I actually have built this in paper prior to building it as an historic Brawl deck, but I had a lot of fun doing it. It plays very similar to how my paper version does, but I've included a lot of things I did not have available back when I had this built. I rebuilt it recently, but there's a few things here I really want to get my hands on for the deck, such as the Manaform Hellkite, the Cityscape Leveler, the Skitterbeam Battalion. Those things I really want to get to put into my paper version of the deck. That said, I hope you enjoyed it. If there's something you think I should have included here, let me know. If there's something I shouldn't have included that I probably overdid or shouldn't have just done, let me know that as well. As always, thank you for watching. I'll catch you in the next video.